Woo! Hi guys, it's your rambling rumspert here, and I've got another video doing something a little bit different. For this one, I just felt like after watching quite a lot of videos on rum, and I think I was like, I've been tasting a lot of banana rum recently, but obviously recently I went down to Devon and I was in a rum shop. It was like a normal, it looked like more like a grocery store with a heavy leaning towards alcohol, so more of an alcohol shop, and there was like quite a lot of rum in there. Most of it was a bit scattered, so there was bits over here, bits over there. I think it was called Proper Shop in Paynton, but either way, like, really good shop. The guys in there were quite well, I won't say they was particularly knowledgeable, but they were, they were quite helpful and stuff. So this initially pointed me to the special edition, American edition Krakens, which I've tried Kraken. I've tried a lot of Kraken, different special editions. Most of them don't really taste much different to the original Kraken. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but for me, I like new stuff. I like to try a variety of rum. I don't like to stick with the same stuff. I don't mind paying a little bit more than your average 20-30 quid bottle if I'm going to get quality. So this video is kind of in that vein, and I'm kind of going to feature Kraken as well in it, but the main point of it is, if you like Kraken, and if you like, say for instance, this one is Kraken Cherry, if you like that, if you were to spend a bit more, what would you lean towards? What would be a good option? Now, I've tried a couple of different rums that are similar to Kraken, but this particular rum I want to feature, and Kraken Cherry, it's a good comparison, and I just want to highlight that paying a little bit more, you might get something a little bit better. And if you might not have heard of this rum, and so let's get started. I've got, obviously, Kraken Cherry, which I'm going to pour a shot of. What I'm going to do is I'm going to taste it, then I'm going to pour the other one, and I'm going to taste that. I'm going to try and compare the two, explain what I think is the differences, and why I think the other ones were better, but also why you might prefer to get this. Because as you can see, if we turn it, let me see if I can get it right. There's very little left on that bottle at the minute, which is quite surprising. But I think I went through a phase of a week or two where I was just like, you know what, maybe a month, where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just drink this. And other people are quite welcome to try it. The Kraken Cherry was one I was quite happily letting guests have as much as they want of it, because yeah. So cheers. Very synthetic, strong cherry flavour coming off it. Smells like a black cherry yogurt, but you still get the black spiced rum behind it. There's a burn, and I will concede, I've not tried either of these for a fair bit, so I might have a different opinion. I'm just hoping, based on my previous thoughts, that I will recommend the other bottle, and that is Golden Buck Dark Rum, infused with cherry and vanilla. This one's 40%, and Kraken is 40%. So same ABV. This one is dark rum. That one is definitely dark rum, but black spiced is more, you know, that's the terminology they would use for that, and I feel like it's better to say black spiced for that because you can see the colour is like a lot darker. So I'm wondering if it's not artificially, Golden Book is not artificially coloured. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I'm thinking. So let's crack this open. As you can see, there's a good chunk left of this, and I don't want you to think that that's because I don't like this that much, because it isn't. It's because I don't tend to drink cherry rums that often, and I think I appreciate this a lot, so I tended to savour it, make sure I've always got some. I don't like restocking many bottles, like I like to try new stuff, so that's why this one's got quite a chunk left in it. But oh yeah. So, cheers. Let's see what this one tastes like. Smells a lot less in your face. It's a little bit more subtle. It's still there, but the cherry feels like it's kind of subdued. The flavor, even the vanilla, the cherry and the vanilla seem like they're more, I don't know, just, and the rum obviously smells different as well, so I feel like the balance of cherry and vanilla makes it a softer flavour. It's definitely, it tastes less synthetic, but it's not a lot different. And I'm left kind of wondering if this was the video I set out to make. Let me see if there's any indication on the infused with cherry and vanilla. Golden Brook brings a smooth finish. It is smoother than the Kraken. Ginger beer is recommended. I might have a little bit of ginger beer or ginger ale, I'm not sure. But I don't know if I want to risk that, but I might try that at some point. Now, to my knowledge, this costs about £27. I might be wrong. Alright, so we're now more in the region of 24, 25 quid. So 24, 25 quid for that. And Golden Book, cherry, vanilla. You're talking £30. So massive. I'm glad to say that £30 is cheaper than I think it was on offer when I bought it, and the normal price was like higher than £30. £30 I think is fair. I do think the vanilla and cherry combination of Golden Book is a little bit more smooth and a little bit more subtle. It's definitely less synthetic tasting. So personally, I prefer that. But I envision that a bar would prefer the Kraken Cherry because it is more like a black cherry yogurt, in your face cherry flavour with the traditional black spice Kraken behind it. And I think equally, there might not be a massive reason to go above and beyond and spend that extra £5-10, because I'm gonna suspect that you still need postage from where I looked at the Golden Book, so you might be talking 35 rather than 30. Equally, you might be talking like 28 for the Kraken, depending on where you buy it. But personally, I think if you're wanting a more subtle vanilla and cherry flavour, not as in your face synthetically cherry, because I think that's what Kraken gives you. That's what you should be looking at the Golden Book. It's well worth. It is a really nice rum, but having tasted them side by side, I'm not convinced there's enough difference for me to warrant paying the extra money again. And I might be tempted to see if I can find another cherry rum, that kind of knocks both of these out of the park, because I feel like it's probably doable. But for me, yeah, I'll probably feel that the Kraken is a staple. I think at £24 a bottle, it's worth it. If you can get it cheaper on a deal or something, I would recommend picking it up and having it as a regular, because even though it's synthetic, with Coke, it's probably going to taste amazing. I do think the last time I tried it with Coke, and I do remember it being pretty good with Coke. Obviously, cherry Coke. If you like cherry Coke, it's a no-brainer. But the same is true with Golden Book. It's the same scenario. It's also got that vanilla. I don't taste any vanilla really in the Kraken Cherry. It does say Madagascar vanilla on there, which I'm debating if the vanilla is actually strong enough in that, but the black spice Kraken behind it is there. I just personally was hoping that I could categorically side by side go, the Book Cherry's better, but honest as I have to be, Golden Book is definitely smoother and less synthetic, but I wouldn't necessarily say that it is so much better that I'd want to pay more money for it. Like a drink like a cherry rum and Coke is something that I just want to have and drink a session of it. I don't necessarily want to be paying a massive chunk more. If you know me, you probably know that I'm a big banana rum fan. I'm probably going to be looking at spending more money on the banana rum than I am a cherry rum. So if you like cherry rums and you haven't tried Golden Book, I highly recommend it. 30 quid is a really good price. I wouldn't pay any more than that personally now, because I personally think that I've, oversold it when drinking it side by side with the Kraken. But again, I don't particularly think the Kraken is a great rum. It's just synthetic. The flavour's synthetic at least. But yeah, what do you think? Let me know below if you've tried either of them, if you enjoy the Kraken Cherry with Coke, if you really don't like it, because I can imagine a lot of people out there don't. But anyway, that's all from me. I am planning on doing banana rums in a video. If you're looking forward to that, if you want to see that, let me know in the comments down below as well, because I'm thinking I've got at least 4, maybe 5 banana rums that I can compare, and I'd love to find my favourite one. I do have one that I cannot taste test, so either I might have to pick up a bottle of that on payday so that I can do it with all of the, pardon me, or I might just do the ones that I've got. But yeah, I have even got obviously in the last video I did the red banana rum, so if you haven't seen that, go check that out. But thanks for watching. Obviously feel free to subscribe, hit that notification bell to know when my next videos go up. I don't have a regular schedule yet. I'm hoping to do at least one video every fortnight. I think that's reasonable for me at the minute, but hoping to get to one a week if I can. But yeah, I've been your Rambling Rumspert, and I will see you next time.